Get that paper, told that Glock, that's how we live. Yeah, my life's a game, I pray I don't get killed. They can't believe I got to go out this shit for real. Can't accept the fact my brother gone, I wanna kill. Yeah, I can't go for that shit don't sit right. Instead of cabin to the old nigga, I know what you live like. Ain't worried about all, just fuck these hoes and live life. I grown the drill, I'm smart enough, you gotta know how to kill.
Their first victory gave the Ubers clarity. Structure worked. Individuality thrived within it. But Mark Snuffy, he wasn't satisfied just yet. Numbers scrolled endlessly across his monitors. Maps, stamina curves, conversion rates. There's more here. Before the next match, against FC Barcha, Snuffy summoned two players, Yoichi Isagi and Shohei Barou. The small indoor pitch, tight and unforgiving. No crowd, no noise, no other teammates, just the three of them. Snuffy's voice echoed calmly. One-on-one, no limits, show me. The ball rolled to the middle. Barou moved first. His stride was heavier now, more refined, and even more explosive. He powered through Isagi, shoulder to shoulder. You're still too small. He sneered, slamming it into the goal. Again, Snuffy says. Then again. His training slowed. Strength, balance, decisiveness. Barou looks down upon his brother. You're chasing a crown that you can't bear to wear. Isagi clenched his jaw, breathing steadily. I'm not done yet. 3 minutes. That's all I need. His breathing slowed down. His vision sharpened. The world hollowed out. For some reason, when he tried, through all of his training, he could tap into it. He could open that door once again. Flow. Barou lunged for the ball, but Isagi slipped past him effortlessly. A feint into a turn, then an immediate goal. Barou's eyes had widened. What? Isagi smiled, not cocky, almost confident. You won't be able to touch me like this. Another run, another goal. Barou charged in, missing. He tried to stay with Isagi, but he couldn't. Isagi moved like he already knew the outcome. This is something you can't copy or perceive. You're reacting while I'm deciding. For the next 2 minutes, Isagi was untouchable. Barou gritted his teeth. This wasn't his same younger brother. He was different when he tapped into flow. Soon the session ended. Both were breathing hard, as Snuffy said he had seen enough. He walked away while saying, impressive, but Barou remains my logical successor. He had smirked. Barou didn't want to be, but he was happy he won this exchange. Isagi, though, didn't argue. There was nothing to argue. The results were right in front of him, clear as day. He needed an extra edge to get over his brother, but that would change soon with his training. Snuffy began to exit the room. On the outside of it, Don Lorenzo leaned against the wall, arms crossed. I respect your call. You know that, he said. But there's a reason that kid's made it this far. Snuffy then met his gaze. Barou can become more under me. Lorenzo smiled faintly. Maybe. Snuffy then looked back at the door. Which lion will rule over this area? The answer wasn't as clear as he thought just yet. Could it have this much uncertainty? That's exactly what made the Uber so dangerous. Soon, the stadium buzzed with color and noise. Ubers versus FC Barcha had kicked off, but on the bench, Mark Snuffy sat, unnervingly calm. Levinho stretched beside him, grinning while also touching a ball with his finger. Don't ignore me like that, old man. Snuffy didn't even turn his head. This match was decided the moment it was announced, and you know that. Levinho laughed. Then entertain yourself watching art. Kickoff. Barcha exploded into motion. Not structure, not discipline, but freedom. Picasso received the ball first. He danced with his feet, dragging the ball with exaggeration and flair. He then slipped it under an Uber's defender, his hips swaying like a street performer. A feint shoulders drop, then a razor-sharp pass. Otoya vanished, then reappeared. Too slow, he would say. The ninja emerged behind the line. He then sprinted down the flank and whipped a low cross. Barcha met it. He's laughing, eyes bridled with joy. Let's make a play then. As he wound up, clang. Two walls slammed shut. Nico's positioning cut the angle. Lorenzo's long leg jabbed forward, smothering the shot completely. Barcha almost stumbled back. Lorenzo sneered. You aren't even worth my time. With lazy precision, he dragged the ball out of danger and zipped a ground pass straight to Sendo. One touch, he had muttered, and flicked it instantly, as Barou was already running, thunderously striding forward. The ball bounced once. Barou's eyes burned. This one's mine. A shadow slipped in. Isagi. He slid between defenders, using Barou's frame as cover once again. No one saw his movement, not even the keeper, not the back line. Barou had felt it too late. The ball was already gone. What? Isagi's eyes sharpened, growing with hunger. Now. He then struck the ball. A clean, ruthless shot ripped into the net. A goal. Everyone who was watching erupted. Barou spun around, fury exploding as he grabbed Isagi's jersey. Stay out of my way. Didn't I already tell you that, you peasant? Isagi didn't even look at him. His eyes were already scanning the field once again. Barcha attacked again, but this time they were crushed. Aiku stepped in with perfect timing, analyzing the play. Shoulder checking Picasso off the ball. Aryu followed, stretching impossibly long to intercept the ball. Stylish defense, don't you think? Aiku grinned and looked upfield, now having the ball. Hey kid, show me some more of that hero magic. He then sent a bouncing pass forward. Isagi sprinted onto it, but Barou was there. I'll devour you here and now, Isagi. He snarled, and I'll crush you completely. Spain's defenders closed in too. Isagi shot the ball, but it was blocked. The rebound spilled free. Barou didn't hesitate. He bulldozed through, unleashing a savage strike that tore into the net. Another goal. Snuffy's eyes narrowed. He stared at the two strikers. Instinct versus vision. He wondered how the outcome would truly be. Barou's edge was so clear at this point. But that slight chance that Isagi may overtake him, that lingered in his mind. But he couldn't see why. Isagi reminded him of another player, but he just couldn't understand who just yet. Levinho clapped his hands. It seems it's my turn. He subbed himself in, and the moment he touched the ball, the atmosphere shifted. He danced, not metaphorically, almost literally. Stepovers blended into spins, then flicks into feints. Defenders lunged and then missed. Even Lorenzo pressed him, teeth flashing gold. But Levinho was already making his final move, twisting away and chipping the ball. It was perfect. A goal. He bowed down and broke into a ridiculous dance as the camera switched on to him. It seems freedom wins today. Isagi closed his eyes. That feeling. Being discarded. The world collapsing. His back against the wall. Knowing that he and Barou each had a goal. No, he needed more. Victory was right in front of him. He just had to grab it. It all surged back in this very moment. Flow. Lorenzo could feel the shift. And for some reason, Aiku and Nico did too. That's it, he whispered. He's in. The Ubers shifted seamlessly. One-touch passes, snapping like machinery. Barou read it instantly, knowing that the ball was going to him. Not this time. He sprinted, rage burning, aiming to steal the final pass. But Isagi had already moved. He stopped dead, seeing Barou, and then instantly cut inside, blitzing him with speed. 3 defenders instantly swarmed him. but Isagi leaped as Nico's pass flew through the air. "Go, Isagi!" Barou screamed, his name in anger, frustration, and something deeper. Hatred. Isagi twisted midair, his foot snapping onto the ball. The shot screamed through the air. Not a curve, not a knuckle. A cleaving strike. Straight, merciless, inevitable. Like a blade drawn from a legend. Excalibur Nexus was the name of this shot. The ball split the defense and kissed the post and then buried itself to the back of the net. Silence, then eruption from across the world. Bars, phones, living rooms, stores. People screamed and jumped, staring in disbelief. On the bench, Mark Snuffy was brought to his feet. His data screens in his mind would lag. This wasn't there at all. This isn't predictable. Where was this? How could this be something that he overlooked? Sure, he's seen those moments where Isagi has that burst of something greater, but this was completely controlled. "I see," he said quietly. I understand you now, Yoichi Isagi." He smiled. "You have something that numbers can't measure." On the field, Isagi exhaled. A true hunger for domination. And the world had felt it. The match echoed through Blue Lock, long after the final whistle. Even Jinpachi Ego was impressed by the results of Isagi. But there was still much more to come. He stood there, before a wall of monitors. Jinpachi Ego and Honori locked eyes on the frozen image of Isagi's final strike. Honori exhaled beside him. He's growing. Too fast. Faster than all the other strikers that were here. Ego chuckled. "No, this is exactly on schedule for what I predicted." She turned to him. "A system like Mark Snuffy's doesn't suppress Isagi," he continued. "It weaponizes him. Discipline sharpens instinct. Structure amplifies his ego. Isagi Yoichi was always going to thrive there." On screen, Isagi's predator eyes glows. This is the striker that I predicted. Although the other ones that I have my eyes on are doing quite well. But I believe he's ahead of the rat race. Days later, far from the pitch, Mark Snuffy sat across Isagi in a quiet room. No holograms, no data, just two players. Snuffy folded his hands. "I can no longer deny your results." Isagi didn't react. He waited for the next statement. "You will become my successor here." The words hung heavy in the air, knowing that he had already chosen Barou first, but Barou went his own path, and that's why his results have been what they are thus far. Sure, he's strong on his own, but Snuffy knows he could have made him much more. But Isagi sees the potential in himself. He's open to learning from others who are above him. Isagi spoke. "I accept." Then his eyes sharpened, but on one condition. Snuffy raised an eyebrow. "Help me. Help me surpass Julian Loki. Then, help me surpass even Noel Noah." Silence rang through this room. Then, Snuffy began laughing. A genuine laugh, which caught Isagi off guard. But he began to focus a little bit more. "Good. A king without ambition is nothing. Remember that." Isagi's world from this point on became brutal. Film study until dawn on players like Messi, Ronaldo, Noah, Loki, even Adam Blake and others from the World 5, and even forgotten legends that no one had talked about anymore. One-on-ones with Snuffy that crushed his stamina. Lorenzo harassing him endlessly, stealing the ball, mocking him, and forcing him to adapt. In one moment, we'd see the two of them. Too slow. Too safe. Again. Are you even trying, Isagi? But the hardest lessons, they weren't physical. Snuffy also made sure to mentor his mind. Football isn't just action, he said. It's decision. Change how you think, and the field changes with you. Isagi absorbed everything: perspective, timing, control. When the next match was announced, it was Bastion Munchen. Snuffy unveiled the lineup. It was different. Barou's name wasn't in there. The room would go silent for a moment. Some couldn't believe it, especially Barou. But no one argued. They understood. This is the King's March. Elsewhere, Barou walks out of the room, slamming his fist into the wall. Damn you, Isagi. Damn you. His eyes burned. I'll take it all back. I'll kill you on the field if I have to. Absorb all of your ego and keep going forward like I've always planned to. The throne here, it wasn't abandoned, but it was waiting to be seized. Match day comes. The Ubers stood across from Germany's team. The air itself felt heavy this time. Michael Kaiser, one of the new Gen 11, stepped forward, smirking. So you're the one, he said lazily. The dog everyone's been barking about. Isagi didn't blink, and that annoyed him. You think you belong here, he scoffed. I'll crush you beneath my feet. An arm then draped over Isagi's shoulders. Lorenzo grinned, gold teeth flashing once again. Sorry, His Majesty really doesn't have any manners. Kaiser's eyes narrowed, and then he saw it. Isagi's gaze, cold and sharp. I see, Kaiser said quietly. Come then, I'll end you here. Across the field, Mark Snuffy watched. Destiny had already been set in motion, and somewhere behind them all, a lion, hungrier than ever, awaited his chance to return.